Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Isaac. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Nice
Manuela.
to meet you.
So what I found really interesting about this movie is that you portrayed the fear of a generation to be alone, to find their own place in the world, but always in a funny and delightful way. I would like to know which were your goals when you start working on this project?
I think you kind of just nailed it. I mean, we love romantic comedies. We've always wanted to do one like this, but one that's hopefully really funny and that appeals to men and women and taps into something a little bit relatable where, most people have been dumped or have dumped someone. It's a pretty universal experience. And that fear that you have when you reach a certain age of what if I wind up alone? And that fear can make you do desperate things and make some pretty bad choices like Peter and Emma do in this movie.
Yeah, I think it's sort of, that feeling of, am I ever going to figure anything out? Am I going to figure out who I should be with romantically? Am I going to figure out my career? Am I going to keep up with my peers? It's that feeling of trying to figure it out while also sort of going out into the world and trying to present like you already know what you're doing, even though you're totally a mess inside. We really wanted to capture that, but hopefully in a way, that makes you laugh and at the end of the day feel good and feel like, yes, you will figure it out. We're all going through these very similar struggles, but just in different ways.
And of course, you are great screenwriters. I think about Love, Simon or This Is Us. And I would like to know how hard it is to write a rom-com, trying to avoid cliches or maybe use them from a different perspective.
Yeah, I think it's really hard. There's so many cliches and tropes of romantic comedies. That said, we try not to be afraid of them. I think like things become cliches for a reason because they're really satisfying and people enjoy watching them. And as long as you can find a different spin or something, hopefully a little bit fresh about how you're executing it. And if you find really, really funny people, they're not always the worst thing.
Right. I mean, people, I think at the end of the day, a lot of us love watching people fall in love or love watching two people really become friends and make a genuine connection. I think it comes down to how do you make it a little different? How do you give your characters a voice that makes it feel like you're watching something classic and sort of timeless, but still feels fresh and of the moment and like you're meeting new people that you've never exactly met before.
And how it was to work with Jason, because it seems to me that he has been really great to combine different tones in the movie and always in a fresh way. I think about the wedding scene or maybe the pool scene, the karaoke scene, and also the Little Shops of Horrors, which is really funny in the movie.
Yeah, he was the best. We had such an incredible experience with him. The three of us are so like-minded. We find all the same things funny. And he's that perfect blend. Like he's completely confident and knows exactly the movie he wants to make. And he knows when he has a performance and when he wants to move on. At the same time, he's also so collaborative. And it's so hard to find someone who knows exactly what he wants his movie to be and also is so open to talking things through and hearing out his partners. It was a joy.
Yeah, totally agree. I think there's a kind of confidence that allows you to be more collaborative because you don't feel threatened of other people's opinions or other people's input because you have such a clear vision and you know that you're going to stay true to it. And he has that kind of confidence, and it just made it a wonderful experience because we really got to see this through and not sort of, write our movie and then people take it away and we never get to be a part of it again. But we really, really got to be there for the whole thing, which was incredible.
For the main character, you choose to work with Slate and Charlie Day. And I would like to know, what do you think that they bring to the movie? And I think also about their background as comic.
Yeah. Oh, they bring so much to the movie. And I think it's exactly what you said. I mean, they're both writers themselves. So when we cast them, of course, the first thing we did was sit down, rehearse the scenes with the two of them, talk about the characters. And they know, no one knows better what makes Charlie and Jenny funny than Charlie and Jenny. So they, of course, had so much insight into what if I did this here? What if we added this there? And I think you can feel it on screen, just how hilarious they are and how intelligent they are as writers when they're inhabiting these characters.
Yeah, I think, rom-coms get dinged a lot for not being funny. And it was really important to us you know, from the very beginning of this casting process, we're going to find people that are beautiful and fun to look at and look great on screen, but they're also going to be really, really funny. They're going to be real comedic forces. And that was kind of our guiding light. And then we found that, and then some. We found the very best people. And we're really glad that we kind of stuck true to that vision, because at the very beginning, people, you know, very, very beginning, not any of our filmmaking team, which always shared this vision, but people will throw out influencer names to you and you'll say, no, that's not what this is. We need comics here. So we just got people that could do it all, and we got really lucky.
And then they really liked each other, which is huge, because like they had met in passing but had never worked together. So the fact that then they show up and actually became really great friends and had this chemistry, that was pure luck.
Yeah.
I really appreciate how Gina's character understands that she deserves better than a man that put her in an uncomfortable situation. And I would like to know if you think that also a rom-com can help women to understand what they deserve in life.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I think that it was important to us to show that it's for you to figure out what you want and what you want your life to look like. And it's not for you to change who you are to fit someone else's vision of who you should be. And even if your vision of what you thought your life should look like isn't what you initially thought it should be, that's okay too. It's all okay. It's all a journey. But what matters at the end of the day is that it makes you feel good and fulfilled. And that was really important for us to show.
I love that this movie isn't just about the two people that try to win their ex back, but also about two people that finally found their own way in life. Do you think that sometimes a crisis is what we need to see our life from a different perspective and maybe change what is not going well?
Definitely. I think sometimes people get really comfortable. I mean, especially for Charlie's character, Peter, the reason he's getting broken up with is because he has grown complacent. He has grown kind of stagnant. And sometimes you need someone to rip the rug out from under you to sort of start looking at your life and saying, is this what I really want? Was I really happy?
And the two characters, Emma and Peter, are terrified by the idea that they are wasting their last chance. In your opinion, why sometimes we prefer to keep drinking Moscow milk instead of being alone?
I think people are really scared of being alone. And I think that there's this narrative, this idea of soulmates, and this idea of that there's only one person for you. And if you miss that person, or if you somehow let them get away, then you're destined to be alone. And I don't think that's really the truth. I think that there are plenty of people out there that could be great partners for someone. And sort of, as we've discussed, the way you find that person is really by coming to terms with who you are, which sometimes means being alone for a little while, and that's okay. It's just, it can feel scary to embrace that and not know if it's forever or not know what's out there for you. But it seems to be an important part of the process of growing up, and a lot of the times that time alone to sort of grow and figure out who you are.
And which were your rom-com references when you start working on this project? I think about the movie you grew up with.
We talked about When Harry Met Sally a lot, because that's a movie that lives for a very long time in a friendship between a man and a woman, as this one does, and just has these longer talky scenes between Billy and Meg, who have such incredible chemistry. And so that was one we really referenced with Jason a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's one that it really makes you laugh, and the characters drive each other nuts, and it feels really genuine and authentic. So that was a huge reference for us for this movie.
And last question is about Sadness Sisters. Did you ever have one in your life?
Oh man.
Oh, that's so funny. I mean, yeah, I think I have a strong group of girlfriends back home from Queens, where I'm from, and over the years we've sort of been this close-knit group since we're 6 years old, and definitely we've had that moments where it's like, no, don't text him, don't do that, please don't do that, do anything but that, I'm taking your phone. So I think I've definitely grown up with my version of Sadness Sisters, even though they would not like to be called that.
I don't think anyone wants to be called a Sadness Sister, is the moral of the movie.
Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations for your movie. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking the time.
Bye.